Hello friend, I'm Laia. Welcome to this Yoga for Balance flow. This is an ideal class also for beginners because as always, I'm going to be offering different options so that you can adapt the practice to yourself. We'll explore different ways of tapping into your balance, not only physically, but also mentally and energetically. Let's get started. Bring yourself to a comfortable seat, maybe cross-legged, and as you do so, start to perhaps move a little bit side to side, from sitting bone to sitting bone, keeping your spine long. Your hands could rest on your knees. You could also bring them next to you or behind you, but just let yourself be a little bit playful for this for a moment or two. Inhale and exhale. One more, breathe in, noticing the weight moving from side to side. Breathe out. Slow down the movement and eventually bring yourself to stillness, noticing the weight distributed evenly between both sitting bones. Lengthen your spine, relax your shoulders, lengthen your neck, and perhaps soften your gaze or close your eyes just for a moment. Breathe in through your nose, letting it expand front to back, side to side, top to bottom. And breathe out through your nose or your mouth, letting yourself soften and ground. Inhale, becoming aware of the expansion. Exhale, letting yourself relax. Starting to invite this sense of balance between the ebb and the flow. By letting your inhale perhaps count up to 4. And your exhale count down to 4. Maybe a little bit longer, in for 4, 5, or 6. Balancing with an exhale of 4, 5, or also 6. Giving yourself permission to arrive just as you are. Whether this feels easeful or it creates a little bit of discomfort or effort even. Deep inhalation. Long, slow exhalation. Ground through the sitting bones. Let your eyes remain closed or open them. Inhale, start to reach your hands out and all the way up. Interlace your hands overhead and flip your palms up toward the ceiling. Stretch up, breathe in. Breathe out, lean a little bit to the left, maybe gaze to the right. Keep your sitting bones evenly grounded. Come back through center, breathe in. Breathe out, keep the sitting bones grounded as you lean a little bit to the right and you open the left side body. Back through center, inhale. Exhale as you release your fingertips and bring your arms down. Roll your wrists a couple of circles one way and a couple of circles the other. Release your fingertips next to you on the ground. Let your shoulders relax. And if your hands don't reach the floor, perhaps you use blocks, yeah? Breathe in. Breathe out, bring your right ear to the right shoulder. Notice the extension on the left side of the neck. Inhale to come back through center. Exhale, bring the other ear to the shoulder. Back through center, inhale. Exhale, lower your chin down toward the chest. And stay here or gently move your chin a little bit side to side. Noticing what's going on in the back of the neck. Breathe in. Breathe out. Pause the movement at the center. Ground through both sitting bones. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. This time lift your chin up, opening through the throat. And exhale, lower your chin back down toward the chest. Inhale, bring your neck back to neutral. Reach both arms up. Palms unite overhead this time. And on the exhalation, draw your hands together in front of your heart. Let them remain here as your gaze lowers down toward the fingertips. And once again, ground through the sitting bones evenly and press your fingertips evenly toward one another. Noticing the center of you, drawing the attention right to the midline between the right and the left. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more inhale. And exhale. Extend your arms forward, open through your fingertips. Lift your chest, breathe in. And as you breathe out, press through the sitting bones a bit as you round your back and you take your hands forward, palms connect. 2 more times. Inhale, open up, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Exhale, arms forward, round your back and look down. 1 more, breathe in. And breathe out. Palms connected. Inhale, take both arms overhead. Maybe your gaze lifts a little bit. Exhale, hands together in front of your heart. Start to bring your hands to the floor. Slide your legs around and bring yourself toward a tabletop position, hands and knees. Move your hips side to side. But once again, find the balance here between both hands and knees. Gently draw your belly button in and up. And let yourself first just gently move back and forth a time or two. Breathing in and out. And then let the movement also be a little bit side to side, shifting from right to left, from left to right. And then slowly bring yourself back to center. Inhale. Exhale, bring your weight back toward the heels. Notice here the feet awaken if your toes are tucked under. Inhale, gently shift forward. Exhale, shift back. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, shift back. Remain seated on your heels with your hands on the ground. Or maybe your hands walk toward you, toward the thighs, and you lift your torso up. Relax your shoulders down and let yourself be here. For some folks, this may be a comfortable shape with a gentle stretch on the feet. For some of us, it may be a stronger stretch. Can you let yourself be right here? Can you notice your capacity for being? Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Bring your hands back down to the floor. If they were on your thighs, lift your toes and take a moment to move your ankles one way and the other. Or if you rather, you could tap your toes to the floor. Breathe in and breathe out. Shift your weight forward this time. Maybe your knees move back a bit until you find yourself in a knee plank. Engage your core, belly button in and up. Press through your fingertips evenly. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower yourself down to your abdomen. Point your toes. Keep your hands underneath your shoulders. Press through your palms and the tops of the feet. Inhale, lift your chest, opening through the front body. And on the exhalation, lower down. Inhale, press and lift. Exhale, lower. 1 more. Inhale to lift. Now exhale, bring your hips back. You could stay in tabletop or you could tuck your toes and send your hips up and back for downward dog, wherever you choose to be. Readjust until you feel your either feet or shins evenly on the ground, and same with the hands. Take a deep breath in, letting it expand. Take a long, slow breath out, letting yourself relax. Bring yourself to tabletop if you're not already there. And on your inhalation, take your right leg behind you. Your toes can stay on the floor or they can hover. Start to notice your balance here. Draw your energy inward to the midline. Perhaps your left fingertips walk gently forward and they could stay on the floor, or eventually your left arm could also float. If you feel wobbly, consider that as part of finding balance. Balance, it's not a state you achieve and you stay. It requires readjusting. It requires falling out and finding it again. Inhale. Exhale, lower your left hand, lower your right knee. Inhale, take your left leg behind you, toes on the ground or floating. Notice how you feel here before you choose where to go. You can absolutely stay or gently walk your right fingertips forward and eventually perhaps your right arm floats, but not necessary. Doesn't make the practice better. It doesn't make you a better person. Just an option out of many. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lower your right hand, lower your left knee. Tuck your toes under and stay in tabletop or bring it all the way up and back to downward dog. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Inhale deeply. And exhale completely. Gaze toward the top of the mat as you bend your knees. If your knees are on the ground, first you step one foot and then the other. And if your knees are off the floor, also take some time to bring yourself to the top of the mat. Bring your feet parallel to one another, hands to your shins, to the floor, to your blocks. Inhale, lift your chest halfway. And on your exhalation, bend your knees deeply as you let yourself fold. Let your belly rest toward the thighs and relax your head. And maybe move a little bit back and forth here, noticing the balance shift from the toes to the heels, but keep your feet firmly planted. And then maybe move from side to side, from right to left, left to right. Eventually bringing yourself to center, imagining a point between your feet. Breathe in, breathe out. Press through your feet, inhale, slowly rise, keep your knees bent, and bring your arms either by your ears or bring your arms and your hands, shoulders level. Inhale here in chair pose. Exhale, sweep your arms by your hips. Now bring your hands to the hips, ground into your right foot. And as you extend your right leg, lift your left toes, maybe your left knee lifts. Breathe in. Breathe out, lower your left foot, bend your knees again, arms in front of you, chair pose, or arms by your ears. Deep breath in. Exhale, sweep your arms by your hips and then rest your hands on your hips. Left foot grounds, right heel lifts. Stay here. Or eventually extend your left leg, right foot floats for a moment. Breathe in. Breathe out as you bend both knees, right foot lands, arms forward. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fingertips toward the earth. Keep your knees bent and fold over the legs. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Exhale, plant both hands, take your feet back, find a plank pose. Lower your left knee down to the floor. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, pivot your right heel to the left. Left hand stays down. Inhale, right hand to your hip, or maybe right arm extends up. Exhale, lower your right hand. Pivot forward, left leg next to the right for plank. Inhale, engage your core. Exhale, right knee lowers down to the ground. Left heel lowers down to the right. Right hand stays down. Inhale, left hand to your hip as you open to the left, or maybe reach the arm up. Exhale, lower the hand. Find your plank again. Breathe in. Breathe out, knees, chest, and chin lower down to the earth. Point your toes, hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale, lift your chest for your back bend, cobra. Exhale, bring your hips back. Stay in tabletop for a breath or two, or bring yourself to downward dog. Inhale, maybe for 4, for 5, or for 6. Exhale for the same length. How do you bring balance into this moment? How do you find a little more harmony in body, mind, and energy? Gaze to the top of the mat. Inhale. Exhale, take as many steps as you'd like to get there. Take a deep breath in, lift halfway, hands to your shins or the floor, flat back. Exhale to fold, relax your head down. Inhale, lift halfway again. Exhale, fold. Now walk your fingertips forward. If you had blocks here, they could be quite handy. Start to bend your right knee and then shift your weight firmly onto your right foot. Take a few steps back with your left leg and your toes could stay on the ground. If you wanted to here, keep your abdomen close to your right thigh. Maybe your fingertips come in front of your heart and you could stay here, or maybe your left toes float. Now from there, eventually, maybe you extend your right leg and you come into warrior 3. Squeeze your thighs and everything toward the midline. Breathe in. Breathe out if your hands are in front of the heart. As you bend your right knee again, lower your fingertips to your blocks or the floor. Step your left foot back, step your right foot back for plank. Breathe in. Breathe out, left knee down or heels to the left. Left hand stays down. Inhale, right hand to your hip or up. You could also start to float your right leg. Inhale. Exhale, find your plank. Inhale in plank. Exhale, you could lower the knees and bring your hips back toward a child's pose, or you could bring your hips up and back for downward dog. Deep breath in. Long, slow breath out, keeping the same length of breath. One more, breathe in. Breathe out, creating a balance between bursts of effort and bursts of ease. Inhale, gaze to the top of the mat, bend your knees. Exhale, take as long as you want it to get there. Plant your feet firmly onto the earth, hands to your shins or your thighs. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Walk your fingertips forward. Maybe bring them to your blocks. Now this time bend your left knee and plant your left foot firmly onto the floor. Start to slide your right foot back, maybe a few steps, and your toes could stay on the ground. Keep your hips square to the front, gaze down in front of you, and maybe you stay or your toes begin to float behind you, extending through the right leg. Maybe keeping your left knee bent, you bring your hands in front of the heart and notice the wobbliness or the stability. Each side may be different. Maybe from there you start to press onto the earth and lift into Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. Your hands can always stay supported. I offered several options. Choose what works for you. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knee again. Fingertips find the support. Step your right foot back. Step your left foot back for plank. Breathe in. Breathe out, right knee down or heels to the right. Left hand goes up. Inhale. Maybe your left leg floats for a moment. Breathe in. Breathe out back to your plank or your knee plank this time. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, lift your chest for your cobra. Exhale, bring your big toes to touch. Separate your knees. Child's pose. Extend your arms forward, forehead to the ground, or make a pile with your hands and rest your forehead down. Wiggle side to side or find stillness. Simply consider, what would bring me to balance now? What do I have enough of? What do I need more of? Breathe in. Let it go. One more inhale. And exhale. Press your hands onto the ground. Lift yourself up, either to tabletop or downward dog. It's up to you. Inhale, take your right leg behind you. Exhale, bring your right knee to your chest. Step your right foot between your hands. You could keep your left knee on the ground and then gently extend through your right leg and stay there. Or if your left knee is off the ground, take maybe a step forward and then press down to your left heel and extend through your right leg. Your hands can stay on the floor. You could also bring them onto your right leg, but draw your right hip back and your left hip forward. Inhale, wherever you are, you lift your chest a bit more. And as you exhale, you fold over the front leg. Again, with the back knee lifted or lowered. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. Keep your left hand on the ground. Bring your right hand to your right hip and start to take a gentle twist to the right, either in half split or in pyramid. Notice that maybe the back heel lifts a little bit. That's okay, but continue to squeeze your thighs toward one another. Maybe your right hand lifts up. If you have a block, ideally, bring it under your left hand. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, lower your right hand back down. Bend your front knee. And perhaps here, especially if your back knee is off the floor, you can take a moment to once again float into Warrior 3. If your back knee is on the ground, shift your weight forward and then lift it up, and then from there propel back into Warrior 3. And if you wobble, if you fall out, notice more the reaction to the falling out than the falling out itself. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step left foot, right foot, either tabletop or downward dog. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. From whatever shape you're in, inhale, take your left leg up this time. Exhale, left knee to the chest. Step your left foot forward. Doesn't have to go very far forward. Right knee can lower. Breathe in. Breathe out. Extend through the left leg. Or you can press back to the right heel if you choose to keep your right knee off the floor. Take a moment to breathe. Maybe your hands come onto your left shin. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe you let yourself fold over the front leg. Breathe. Let yourself be as stable as possible. Right hand stays down on a block or the floor. Start to bring your left hand to your hip. Maybe your right heel lifts a little bit, but continue to press back a little. Maybe your left arm extends up, but it's not necessary. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Lower both hands down and stay folded for a breath or two more, or shift your weight onto your front leg, hands in front of the heart, and perhaps you fly into warrior 3 for a breath or 2. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, lower your right toes, lower your hands, step back. This time lower your knees to the floor wider than your hips. Point your toes back and bring yourself to Balasana, Child's Pose. Wiggle side to side. Reconnect with your breath. What do I need? How do I return to balance again and again? With kindness, with compassion, with awareness. Breathe in deeply. Fully side out. Slowly press yourself up. Start to bring your legs toward either side. Bring your feet around. Hands behind you. Bring your feet a little bit wider than your hips, perhaps, and move your knees from side to side. Eventually pause the movement. And now draw the soles of your feet toward one another. They don't necessarily need to touch. And there's also a couple of options here. So one of the ways is the more traditional way of bringing the feet close to your groins, right? And drawing the knees out. But you could also choose to bring your feet a little further forward. And it's more of a diamond shape. And it's just a different sensation on the legs. Yeah. Your hands can be on the knees, the shins. Breathe in to lengthen. And breathe out to fold. If your feet are farther forward, perhaps you choose to slide your arms under the legs and then take the hands toward the ankles. Relax your head down and breathe. Notice the energy flowing through you. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. Unravel the arms, rise up, and bring yourself to a comfortable seat to close today's practice with a breathing exercise called alternate nostril breathing, which helps balance the left and right hemispheres of the brain and helps us balance our energy. So you will close your right nostril with your right thumb very gently, and then you'll inhale through the left. Close the left nostril with the ring finger very gently, exhale through the right. Now inhale through the right, close right, exhale left. And that's one cycle. Let's do 3 more. Soften your gaze or close your eyes. In left, close left, out right. In right, close right, out left. In left, out right. In right, out left. Last one. Once you exhale through the left, release your hand down. Take a deep breath in through both nostrils and out through both nostrils or through the mouth. Take a moment to notice how you feel, any insights you might have gained through this practice, and perhaps bring your palms together in front of the heart as a gesture of humility and gratitude, bowing your head. Gratitude to yourself, to your body, to your mind, to your energy. May you continue to seek balance and harmony in your life. Breathe in. Let it go. Once you're ready, you can release your hands and open your eyes. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope that you have enjoyed this Yoga for Balance class, ideal for beginners or for anyone wanting to regain harmony in their lives. If you've enjoyed this class, I also recommend these, and I invite you to also join my membership where I share exclusive content and live streams. Until we meet again, take care of yourself and be well. Bye, friend.